Yeah, alright, fuckers and fuckets. Oh, shit. What we're doing right now is a buddy of mine on Facebook just bought an old Goldwing 1100, and he was asking about did he have to pull a full fucking engine to get to that damn starter. Now, looky here. And this is pretty much the same on the 1000 and the 1200. First, disconnect your shifter. You know what, I'm going to grab a ratchet wrench because this thing, that fucking Pittsburgh piece of shit gonna piss me off. Normally I don't use these ratchet wrenches. Normally I try and, when I'm doing these videos, I try and use shit that everybody's got, but I kind of got a jam-packed day today. Got that FCR 1000. I've got most of the bolts changed out. I've got the carbs cleaned. So that's my main project for the day, is because I want to get that thing up, running, and done. So, one bolt to pop that. I just stick my fingers behind it and kind of wiggle it. God damn, I must have put that fucker on there tight. Well, when you put them on there tight like I did, there's a slot back here. Probably a little bit. Not very much. You don't want to bend that shit. You just want to... And by the way, when you put it back on, there's two dots. One right there and one right there. Make sure that they line up. I'm going to get this screwdriver in here from the back side and just keep this bitch loose. God damn, that thing don't even sound like a Kawasaki. It sounds more like a fucking Harley. Nice bike though. I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed. I put that that blue Vulcan that I've been riding, I put that up on Craigslist for $2 grand just to get rid of it. I kind of disappointed in the fact that the rev limiter on those is set at fucking 115 miles an hour. What the hell's the point of having a 1500cc Vulcan, well, any 1500cc bike, if all the motherfucker's gonna do, you know, is 115? I mean, come on, I got a CB350 that'll do more than that, and yes, I know how to pull the rev limiter, but very seriously doubt that that block could take it, so I'm just getting rid of the motherfucker. Okay, there's a bolt back here. Gonna be an 8mm. I need a swivel on that. Actually, fuck a swivel. I just had another 8mm deep well that's easier to deal with. It was still out from yesterday. Pop in, get this back bolt. And that one's too tall. I do need the short one. Fuck. Okay. Short one in there. Hell, that ain't 8mm. No, that ain't no fucking 10. Okay, that one's on. Get this front one here real quick. Guess I need to swing that over just a cunt here and there. Now this bike here, the wire lead that goes to the battery isn't hooked up. I just shoved this motor back in this frame after we redid it. Chris was the one that redid this one. And anyway, yeah, let's see if I can get on this motherfucker. You know what? Come up from the bottom with a ratchet wrench. I am right here. I hope y'all can see where that nut is, where that bolt is, I'm sorry. Get that sucker loose. Should be loose enough. That fucking pipe's gonna be in my way. I'm trying to save the boy a lot of time. And about $7 worth of fucking crushed gaskets and back gasket here. I don't know, he seems, I don't know if he's making good money or what. He just seems like he's, like the rest of us, pretty much broke. Anyway, I got this back bolt loose, so I'm just using the open end now, because if I leave the ratchety end on, I ain't gonna get that motherfucker back out of there. These days I'm gonna put the spring back on this kickstand. This ain't today. Well, 2 fingers ought to do it now. Ought to, but I ain't. I can get that socket on there and I can work it with my fingers on the socket. But I ain't gonna get no ratchet in there, and I ain't gonna get that swivel in there, and that little short one ain't gonna fit. And I don't feel like tracking down where the fuck is my 1/4 inch 8mm. Now, I rebuilt the one in mine. This was gonna be a parts bike for mine, and then I changed my mind. I mean, I started with this one. I was gonna restore it, just make a naked wing, and then I was gonna use it for a parts bike for mine, and then I pulled mine apart and just went on ahead and re-sleeved the engine. Put in all new shit. Alright, I got that out. Oh shit, here goes this fucking phone. The abortion clinic, you rape them, we scrape them, no fetus can beat us. I'm in the middle of shooting a video, can I call you back? Alright. Alright, so that's loose. Come right here. Wiggle up and down on the back and very gently apply pressure here. My hands ain't working good enough, so I'm going to use some tool assistance today. Just wiggle. All I'm doing with this one is giving a little bit of backwards pressure. All I'm doing with this one here on the bottom is rocking it up and down. should be loose enough I can wiggle it by hand now. Fuck, I'm wrong. Usual. He did the same thing on that little V45 Magna. He got paint all over everything and made it all sticky, which I don't care. I mean, that's a good thing. Okay, that one's up. Come on. Come on, baby. She don't want to cooperate. I think she's pissed because I called her an old bitch this morning, so she's going to be cranky on me. A little bit of in and out now that the tail's loose. I'm still just putting light pressure. I'm not really working it. Okay, starter comes out, goes that way. Hell am I hitting? Ah, I see. Come forward, and she comes out. Okay, now there's a little seal right here. It ain't nothing but an O-ring. Put in a brand new one. Now this thing here, where the starter goes into, watch this shit. When I go to put it back in, as long as I don't move that sumbitch, I ain't got to worry about it going nowhere. These Goldwings are chain drive, by the way. Chain drive starters. It's all this sticks into is a little sprocket. So when you go to put it back in, just reverse the procedure. Bitch up in there. Ah, hell, I did it wrong, as usual. There we go. What the hell does he have back there? Oh, I see what he did. Motherfucker. I know he's watching this shit. I ain't really calling him no names. I'm just giving him shit. Fucking paint's about 3 inches thick on this shit. And yes, I'm exaggerating the goddamn thickness, but fuck it, that bitch is in there. When you put your snout back in, feel it. There you go. Pop your front bolt in, do not tighten it. Just get it lined up. Do not do your back bolt first, because your back bolt's the one with your little slider. Front bolt ain't got no goddamn slide. And now I looked down the hole as I was setting that in there. I made sure that shit was lined up. I've seen guys doing that with drift pins and all kind of shit. You shouldn't have to go to all that trouble. Okay, so now I take my socket down here. Get a little finger pressure back there just to get it lined up. You don't always have to do that. Sometimes they fall right, sometimes they don't. This was one of them don't times. That O-ring is critical. Always change that sumbitch. And by the way, the 1000s and the 1200s, they're pretty much the same. You can do this without pulling your goddamn exhaust or pulling the whole fucking bike apart. Anyway, y'all get the idea. I'm going to tighten this down so it's there, and I remember to crank it. You do have to put your cable going back up to your solenoid back on. I'm not going to do that right now. I mean, I've got the wire harness strung out in this bike, and first $300 this thing goes away with 2 boxes of parts. There's everything enough to build you an 1100 Goldwing and a freshly redone motor. Yeah, I think the only thing that this is short is the headlight bucket and mirrors, because this one used to have a fairing. And the fairing got used elsewhere. Now that I broke all that paint loose, this will be a lot easier to get out next time. I like Chris, but I wish he'd learn to paint these motors while they're all the way apart, not when they're already back together. But you know, he's one of these old dope smoking fucking hairy ass redneck bikers just like me, so he probably got in a hurry and didn't want to do it. And you know, he was working on them other Goldwings at the same time, so okay, boom. Now tighten your front one. It's that simple. I hope this helped the dude out, because he was talking about fucking popping the whole back of the engine off, worried about that chain and, you know, it falling in there and shit. Goldwings are designed to be easy to work on. I mean, they're reliable as hell. There is very little inside these engines to go wrong. And they're well designed. I mean, you can service this on the road. That chain actually rolls over another little thing, and it kind of holds that sprocket to where you can pull this trick with this starter. CB350, I'd be worried. You know, I would just pull the side cover to begin with, because I know that little sprocket's going to fall. Goldwing, I don't worry. That sprocket, as long as you're careful, you get that motherfucker right back in there just like I did just right now, and it's not a problem to do. And 9 times out of 10 when you pull these starters apart, it ain't nothing but the brushes. Just put in new brushes and springs, clean up the armature real good, you're ready to go. I've probably, out of every 10 starters I pull apart and to fix, I probably find one, maybe, that's got a bad armature. 9 times out of 10, the windings are all fine, the armature is fine, it's always them goddamn little brushes, and it ain't always the brushes. It's usually the springs that push the brushes, you know. I mean, fucking, this is 2012, this bike right here is in 1981. You know, so you're talking 31 years old. Yeah, them fucking springs got a right to be rusty by now. But, that's that. That's how you do that. And like I say, it is pretty much the same on the 1000 or the 1200. I'll let y'all fuckers and fuckheads later.